How many productivity apps have you downloaded, used for a week, and then completely forgot? What if the most powerful task manager for your creative or business life was already sitting on your iPad this whole time? It's called Apple Reminders, and it's a lot smarter than most people think. Most people treat Apple Reminders like a digital sticky note, but it's actually a full on task manager if you set it up right. In this video, I'll walk you through how to build a system inside of Apple Reminders that helps you plan your day, organize your tasks, and track real progress without paying for another subscription. This is your Apple Reminders app. When you come in, yours might look a little bit different because I have customized it to the way I work every single day. But you can literally go to the top, right? You can edit your list. So for you, you might see all of these actually turned on, but I turned those off because I really want to see the things that I need to see. And these two variations of the templates that I'm going to show you today, you can get them inside of Creator Flow Kit. The link is in the description. These are the two templates. So this is my typical layout. All right. It does give you the option. It gives you auto categorize on, and that you can either turn it on or turn it off using Apple. And this is using the Apple Intelligence. You can also share reminders with other people. You can also share it to other apps. And also, this gives you the option to view in calendar in column format. So you can view as a list or you can view as a column. And here you have all your other menuing options, right? You can show list info, select reminders, manage your sections, and all the other information. So this is like a typical flow. It's very simple and very and highly functional. Okay, so let's start with smart lists. These are dynamic lists that automatically organize your tasks based on the filters that you choose. I use smart lists to filter by tags, due dates, or even priorities. For example, my Maximize My Day list only shows the most important things I need to do today automatically. All right, so the first thing we want to do is to create lists. For me, you can create containers again, like folders, and these lists will allow you to be very focused, knowing exactly what each list is for. To the top right here, I'm going to choose add list and I'm going to choose my iCloud account. Now I can actually create my list from scratch, or I can go and select one of my templates. So if I'm to select one of my templates, I would choose the Maximize My Day. I would hit on create, and that list actually comes in. I already have some sample tasks on those things that are there. All right. But if I were to actually create a list from scratch, let's say, for example, I'm going to hit on that again. Okay, so I can have this personal. I can choose the list type if it's standard, groceries, or smart list. And I'm going to show you all three of the options. So the first one I'm going to choose is standard. I'm going to change out the color, and I'm also going to change the icon for this, right? And it can be an emoji. If you don't like any of the icons there, you can actually choose an emoji, right? As an example. And then I'm going to hit on done. So this is personal. And so this is just your standard list, and you can actually bill. So I'm going to add the list, and then we're going to go into the actual bill. So the next list type is groceries. So I'm going to actually call that groceries. And at the list type, I'm going to actually select groceries. And I'm going to show you why I chose groceries, because it will, with Apple Reminders and the intelligence of Apple Intelligence, it's going to automatically categorize your list into sections, all right, based on what you're typing in. So I want this to be a shopping cart, all right? And then the other one is smart list, so, right? So this smart list is based on filters. So I can have a filter by date, tag, or a priority. So anything relating to content, I'm going to say edit. I'm going to choose tag, and I'm going to select any selected tag. And then I'm going to add on top. I'm going to add a tag called content, add. Okay. All right. I can choose other filters like date, time, location, priority, or a list. So I can, it could be out of personal as well, but I will leave it as that. I'm going to hit on create. Now, anytime you create a smart list, notice there's a little systems wheel that appears just to the bottom of the icon. So that's an indication that it has a filter attached to it. All right. Also notice the tags area appears, and notice that content tag appears. I'm going to show you how it will automatically filter in there. So those are the three different list types that you can select. Now, when it comes to building out, like how I have maximized my day here, this is a standard layout, but if I want to see it as columns, I can simply tap on these three dots and I'll go to view columns. I like to see it in this style because for me, this is how my brain actually works. And so I'm able to have this entire spread. What are my non negotiables? These are my top three priority things that I need to get done every day. What are my content priorities, admin, life, and so forth. Now, let's say, for example, I wanted to switch out going for a walk. I don't want it to be in my maximize my day, but I want it to be something um under my personal list. So I'm going to actually tap the I here, and I'm going to change the list. Notice it gives you more details. You can add your notes, you can add your URL, date and time with to execute, and it will actually go on your calendar. And then I'm going to choose the list personal. I can also select tags. I can also have sub tasks. In order for me to complete that main task, what are the individual things that I need to complete? And then I can flag it. I can set it as a high, low, or medium priority. And I can also choose location when messaging and add an image as well. So I'm going to tap on OK, and notice it moves it out of this particular list, and notice personal has one and it's listed there under personal. This is a game changer if you're juggling multiple roles or projects or even managing your personal life. Now, here is where most people miss the real power of reminders. I use three main lists: to do, in progress, and completed, and switch the views to column. This lets me visually move tasks through my day, just like a Kanban board, but built right into your iPad. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually create the columns. So, the first time I'm going to click on the three dots. I'm going to select view as columns. All right. So I'm going to tap on this little icon here, and it's going to give me the option to create a new column. So I'm going to call this section important, right? Hit on enter. I'm going to create another column. I'm going to call this so important and daily tasks. I want to have some amount of structure. Now, if I'm moving tasks from one list into the next, it's going to come into the others field if there is no structure there. All right. If I just view it on the list view, this is how it would actually come up. But I like the columns again because it gives a simpler layout. That list down for me is more for your phone, right? So I'm going to actually tap and hold on this, and I'm going to drag it to my daily tasks, right? So I'm going to put it on the daily tasks. Now, when I come in here, I can actually add notes, and I can also say if I'm going to add time, let's say I go for that walk 6 a.m. I can choose to repeat this every daily, or I can say weekdays. All right. And I can put in when it ends and even have early reminders. So I'm going to tap on OK. So every day from Monday to Friday, which is the weekdays, at 6 a.m., I know that I have to go for a walk. So this is a way of you actually building healthy habits and routines inside of your task manager. And this is going to be every single day. It's going to be, and one thing with Apple Reminders, it's going to remind you. And it can be a little annoying, but I get the annoying notifications because it's holding you accountable to what you put on your list. All right. So that is one way in which you can start building out your layout. You build it to how you work and how you would flow. You can make it simple and you can build on it. All right. With regards to the next list item, the next list type, which is your groceries list, you can start adding items, whether you're on the go or you're sitting down to plan what you're going to purchase for the week. You can actually add your items, and Apple Intelligence will auto categorize for you. So I may say I want to buy some vegetables. I may want to buy. I notice as I'm typing, it's going to start auto categorizing. So vegetables definitely goes under produce. I may want to have water. This is such a game changer because you can simply write up your list and you can literally allow the Apple Intelligence to auto categorize for you. Now, here what is super cool. Let me show you guys this. Here is a super cool. This I will leave as it is because again, I'm using my phone. It's the one Apple ID and so forth. But if there are specific things that I need to buy every single day, let's say for example, I buy paper towel. That's an household item, okay? But let's say this household item I buy every 3 months. I want Apple reminders to remind me that I need to purchase every 3 months. So what I will do, I'm going to come into the I'm going to hit on time again. And then I'm going to hit repeat and I say every 3 months. Date and time needs to go on. So if I buy today, maybe on the 29th, I'm going to say every 3 months. Remind me. Okay. So every 3 months, it's going to remind me to buy paper towel because I may bulk purchase that. All right. So this is such a game changer. The other thing is content. So let's say, for example, I have to edit my video. This is relating to content. It's a content priority. Yes, it's there. But also I can simply say, well, okay, I'm going to choose tags and I'm going to add a new tag and I'm going to actually look for content. Choose content. All right. And hit on OK. And notice anything that has that, notice the tag is there, hashtag content. And notice to the left, you notice that the content folder is filled. So automatically that smart list is telling me that I have content. It will remain in my content priorities, but it's just categorizing using the tag and the filter that I've selected. So with the maximize my day list, I have it as a list, but I like that Kanban view because I really want to see what is done, what is completed. So I'm going to hit on the three dots here. I'm going to select view as columns. And if there is anything that I needed to complete, all right, once I tick that off, I can literally drag this over into the completed section. So this is a great way in which you can actually move your tasks along the day. Now, here is something that you need to try. You can work with Apple Reminders and Calendar together. So, for example, I may want to actually edit my YouTube video on my calendar. So I actually block off that time that I need to edit it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit on the I, all right? I'm going to put in a date and time, and I'm going to say I need to focus on this tomorrow, and I need it to be from 11 a.m. I'm going to select OK. All right. So there's actually a deadline that I need to, I actually put a date and time to it. I come out of reminders and I go into Apple Calendar. I go on my calendar. I am seeing that I have to edit my video, my YouTube video, and notice it's showing up in here. So in this way, if I go over here, all right, I can either complete it or show in my reminders, and it will actually open up in my reminders. This is how I bridge the gap between what I need to do and when I'll actually do it. It's one of the most powerful productivity shifts you can actually do on your iPad between Apple Reminders and Calendar. Now, here is a bonus tip. You can also add reminders as widgets to your home screen. It gives you a glance at your day without even opening up the app, and it also helps you to stay tracked throughout the day. Because sometimes what we need isn't more apps, it's better visibility, right? So to add your widget, you're going to tap and hold down, hit on edit, add widget. We're going to go down to reminders. All right. And I like to select the second one. Okay. Hit on done again. Tap and hold. I'm going to edit widget. And I'm actually going to choose the list. In this case, max my day out. And it's going to actually show me my tasks, and I can keep track of the different things that I need to get done. Here is how I use Apple Reminders in real life. Every day I do a quick reset. I review my smart list. I check off things that I've completed, things that I may need to move around, my important tasks, as well as my non-negotiables, ensuring that I actually complete my top priority items for the day. This gives me a clear rhythm for my day and my week, and the satisfaction of actually seeing things move forward. So, what I want you to do, grab your iPad, open Apple Reminders, and choose one area that you want to create inside of Apple Reminders, whether that's business content or personal. Build your list, then try the column view, organize how you're going to flow for the day, and let me know in the comments what kind of systems are you going to build with Apple Reminders. If this has helped you, share it with someone who's drunk in to-do lists and constantly overwhelmed. And let's build systems that actually support our goals. Remember, your tech should be working for you and not the other way around. I'll see you in the next one.